Hello, esteemed members of the board. Today it is my honor to present you with our proposal for projects and programs coming up within the 2022 and 2023 calendar year. As you can see on the website, I have outlined 13 programs that we would like to implement starting in August of 2022. But first, let's head over to that About page. Here you can see what we're all about, our mission statement, our ethnography report, and everything that you need to know about our kiddos. Right, we're working with kids aged 3 to 5 in the preschool age range. And we know that some of these kids are going into preschool and some of them are about to leave preschool and go into kindergarten, and we really want to prepare them for that big change because going into school for the first time is a huge change of pace, especially if you've been at home all time because it was COVID with the pandemic. A lot of these kids have been shut in at home for a long time and they don't know how to interact with peers their own age yet. And so we want to give them as many opportunities as possible to learn how to work collaboratively with their classmates, learn how to sit still when expected, how to ask those big questions, how to follow instructions, and how to really get their hands on whatever they need to learn. We know working with preschoolers, we're going to get down and dirty too. And we're excited to present all these different programs that have fun activities where the kids can learn how to play, or they can learn through play because play is the most important part of learning at this age. Getting your hands on things is how you develop those motor skills. Figuring out puzzles is for cognitive skills. You have literacy skills that you're developing. And most importantly, you're learning about social emotional behaviors. Right now, we want to teach those kids how to process emotions, how to empathize with others, how to work collaboratively with their peers, and how to communicate with adults. And so these programs are structured in a way that eases them into that kind of behavior, that kind of learning, and we are slowly getting progressively more advanced as the year goes on. So our story times will go from having maybe 1 or 2 short books to maybe 2 or 3 longer books by the end of the year. But first, let's take a look at that ethnography report. So as you can see, this is, the preschool age range in San Antonio. We have about 60% of Hispanic students, but we don't know how many of those are native Spanish speakers and how many are native English speakers. So while we do have a bilingual story time, we haven't overly focused on having that Hispanic aspect because we don't know how much of the Hispanic culture influences these kids' day-to-day lives, and we don't want to alienate anybody by having a huge focus on Hispanic culture and not on other cultures that might exist in San Antonio. We've also noticed that there's about a 50-50 split between boys and girls, so we really wanted to make sure that all our programs are free and friendly for all genders. We don't want to alienate anybody based off sex, and we especially don't want, one to feel more represented than others. So, for example, we considered a princess playtime or princess story time, but we decided to scrap that and focus instead on a costume story time that is more inclusive of all genders. Okay, let's head on over to those programs because we worked really hard on developing them and figuring out how they would fit within the schedule because we didn't want any overlap. We wanted to make sure families could attend, theoretically, every single program if they wanted to. We have our basics that are staples within the community that will be implemented every year or every month throughout the year, every week. We have our story times, which encourage engaging with the storyteller, getting their hands on things, asking questions, and making predictions and thinking critically. We have our playtimes, our block parties that get it's not just development for the motor skills, it's social emotional learning, learning how to share, working with others. We have my favorite one personally is our Little Explorers program. Working with my kids in school, I have seen that they love dinosaurs, they love digging for dinosaur bones in the park, and I want to give them that opportunity at the library by having, a big sandbox that they can dig into. And I realized there's all kinds of animals that they love, all kinds of discoveries, and so we just turned it into one big program where that every week or every time we have the program, there's something different for them to explore, something new to learn. And of course, this is such a big one that we can only have it about once a month, but it's still such an important part of getting them ready to ask big questions, to learn how to cooperate with others, how to follow instructions, and all those big things. What we really want the most is for the kids to have fun while learning. That is our, as you can see on our About page, that is our mission statement. We want these kids to have fun and enjoy learning so they can become lifelong learners. And we also want to give parents the tools and resources they need to help their kids learn at home and grow. We've partnered with teachers and other members of the community so that way we can provide all kinds of experiences for different kids, different family types, and we really want to be as inclusive as possible. Anyways, I hope you enjoy the website. Please take a look at all of our programs and have a great day, and please consider all these programs because they will make a huge difference in so many children's lives.